That cave where we left off is just back there. You can see we're wearing different clothing. We've got different mix of people with us.
I haven't showered since last time.
We are back for a third time to drop deeper, and this time, see, we're getting rigged up. Right now, we ran out of rope last time. We've more than compensated for that this time. We're gonna drop that big cave. So we'll get set up, drop down there, and I'll pick up from the cave. I just dropped down from up there, and that was tricky getting down because it's undercut so much. So it's awkward getting off the edge. That hole you look down is right back there. Now we're in the big cave. There's Jeremy, king of the hill right there.
This is gonna suck.
Get a bigger view, or a better view of the cave.
In fact, I'm a little nervous.
Down here. And Jeremy, I haven't gone up to where Jeremy is yet, but apparently it slopes away below him fairly steeply. And then there's something over here as well. None of us have gone down here yet.
Back behind you too.
Oh yeah, there's something there. I think that might just be a natural cave or stope. Doesn't look like a drift level. We'll find out. And then drops down there. I don't feel any airflow down that way though. Can you feel airflow where you are, Jeremy?
No, with how wide it is, it's not.
Yeah, we felt airflow before, so one of these drops down. We'll figure it out. Oh, I want to film him coming down to show you guys what was involved.
You rolling?
I am, yeah, I got you. Yeah, it is awkward getting down that one.
Nice.
Last guy is roping down into the cave there. We're gonna stop and have lunch, but I wanted to show you some of the stuff that's in here. Just noticed this old stick of dynamite here. And then, haven't looked up here yet, but I can see there are some artifacts up here. Bits and pieces of pipe. Old can of something. Whatever that was. And it might have been old carbide can, it's hard to tell. You see the remains of a dynamite box there. And, oh yeah, it does slope down fairly steeply. Oh, that goes down a way.
Yeah, we might just want to continue that damn rope.
Yeah,
Just keep going down.
yeah, for sure. I didn't realize how far down that went. He wasn't kidding. And there's another drift level there. I can't remember if I mentioned that one already or not. Looks like they chiseled away at the edge there as well. There's a look at those other sections I was just showing you. And then a view from the top of the hill. Wow. That is way, way down there. That is huge. That's so big it's barely showing up with my light. Wow. That's probably, that could be 200 feet down right there. That is way down there. So Jeremy was looking down that section where the pit was and found
Extra fine table syrup.
extra fine table syrup and cold bottle. Good stuff. All right, we're gonna have lunch and then figure out the best way to get down below. We're finishing up lunch here, and while we're doing that, Jeremy's gonna drop down without his pack to check out the depths of the cave there, see how things look, and if we can get through that way. That is the crumble one. Okay. We just dropped down from up there. That's the King of the Hill dirt mound. And we came down on the right there and came into this jumble here. The cave keeps going. This is not the end. It runs way back that way. That's at least 100 feet back there. You got some giant slabs of cave down. That is huge. The bottom, I just saw some water dripping down. The bottom is right around there. There's a possibility of dropping down back there, but much more promisingly, you can see we've run out the 300-foot rope and we thread it around there to get down. We drop it through here, and there is a little pit there. He's just starting to drop down. It leads down to some track and such. So we think the next level down is there. So I will put my stuff away, drop down that, and we'll pick up down there, where hopefully it'll be easier to get around, because this stuff is not easy to maneuver on. We just dropped down that ore pass, or winds right there. You can see the rope dropping down to here. There's a cool glass bottle right there. And what did you say it said on it?
Hall Lures and Co.
you spell-
Sacramento.
How do you spell haulers?
Hall space Lures. Luhrs.
Huh. Yeah, it's hard to make out in the video, but you can see the logo right there, and then Sacramento. It's kind of cool. So, the good news, actually I don't have any bad news yet. The good news is that we've come into a little drift here, and that, oh, it's a cut nail right there, or a spike. Good news is we come into a larger drift level here. Is that a slide sheet?
Slick sheet. This is not something you see.
That's pretty cool.
Look at the way they bent this and then riveted it down.
Yeah, let's do right hand rule, Jeremy. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I don't want jinxes, but it looks like it's in pretty good shape.
So the airflow is going this way, Justin.
The way you're going?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll see where it goes. There's an arrow right there, which that's consistent with what we experienced. So, we'll head down here. This is cool. I'm really glad we got down farther. This is all virgin ground, you guys. First people in here since the 1930s. These look like blasting cap tins. Got the strap rail down here, as you can see. Oh, I feel the airflow now too. Okay, looks like this meanders around for a while. I'll pick up at the next highlight, unless I see something interesting in the next few seconds. Actually, you know what, I'll just leave the camera on because it does have a fair amount of features. Those are just dead ends that we've passed. That was another junction up here. Another slick sheet.
Abyss, and it just like, get your lighter out. Like there, dude, the air's going this way. Look at
Okay,
that.
so
Where's the lighter?
that drift runs down that way. You see the rails have been ripped up. And then there's a drift running
Yeah.
this way.
The air is coming towards me. I can
Okay.
feel it.
Go ahead and cruise past me. Check that out.
Oh, ha. That's interesting.
Here, that's it.
I did not expect that. I thought it was gonna be an ordinary drift. But we've got the rope with us. Obviously they were dropping something down there. So we may want to check out the rest of this level before dropping down there, but or we may just drop down there. We'll see what we feel like doing. We just checked out that drop back there and decided to finish out this level first. This is where we first dropped down this level. It's got that sort of crossed out infinity sign. And we didn't go this way, so we're gonna check this out and start working our way back toward that drop. Let's see what might be there. Got a cool old bottle right there. I don't see anything. There's nothing in it. Looks like we might have already hit a dead end. And I bet this is where that cave drops down.
You can dig through that.
Is that plugged?
Yeah.
You guess where that cave drops down?
Yeah, I think so. No, this is done.
All right. The verdict is it's done. So we'll go check out that drift where the rail's been ripped up. That was faster than expected. That's just wood. That might have been metal. All right, I'll pick up at that drift where the rail was picked up. We just came from that direction. We're back where we're gonna drop down through there. This is that section where the rails were ripped out. We're gonna check this out real quickly. I hope the rest of the ground in the mine is like this. Yeah, I can feel the wind too. I definitely feel it. I really hope the ground is this solid the whole way through. Looks like we got a junction here. We've got drift running off that direction. We've got that might face out, where it might go sharply to the right. We'll check it out real quickly. Empty can. And that's the face, just an old shovel back here. And maybe a miner's toilet. Yeah, that's it right there though. So, they're still straight. Check out.
That face back there?
Yeah, that faced out. This is weird looking. Look what the moisture and time has done to the wood. This is amazing. Look at all those eggshells there. So the miners were bringing boiled eggs down into the mine for lunch. And there's a big pile of them right here. So obviously this was a popular lunch spot. And they've got scraps of newspaper and such here. Might have been reading. This could have been a toilet too, but with all the eggshells there, I think more likely not. And a burn mark there. I'm not sure what that would have been from. And then I don't know if that's that hairy looking stuff right there. I'm not sure what that is. That's pretty cool. The thing with the eggshells though, that's a really cool. That's the biggest collection. You ever seen a collection of eggshells that big before?
No.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
That guy liked eggs.
Yep. And we're gonna continue off down that way. All right, heading down this remaining drift here. It's like burned, charcoaled wood down here. Actually, that's rock. Never mind. Those are bits of wood. That's just dark rock scattered throughout here. All right. So, face is out. Actually, that's where the dark rock came from.
Very hard to read.
26, it looks like. You've got obviously a fault here. Jim or Joe kitchen. Probably Joe. 1930 something. Anyway, this smooth, flat wall here is obviously a fault. So the miners often find good mineralization along the edges of these faults. So that's why they would have ran off in both directions.
Check this out.
So
Check out how this rock above me is. They tried to wedge it in with wood. You ever seen anything like that?
I have at our mine, actually. The old timers did something like that with a slab in our mine. But, yeah, it doesn't really fill you with confidence given how rotten the wood
with the
is.
water dripping off of it.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
You see they scratched into the side here, but it's really hard to make out what that says. Those look like a series of L's. So yeah, that slab runs all the way over here. You can always like standing under that. They just face out back there. So they scratched away here, and then it faces out here. So, you know what that means? Time to start dropping down. So, back under that slab, and taking a closer look at this writing, you can make out 1894 in front of me, right there. That's pretty awesome. I can't make out that name, but it looks like March 15th or 16th, probably 15th. And you see the 1894.
I think
That's
right
really
there.
cool. So, we're getting ourselves figured out on the maps, and we start dropping down that next level. We're back at the hole here, getting ready to drop down, and a problem we're having is that there aren't good anchor points. We tried using some of the rock climbing gear in these cracks here, and it just wasn't working at all. They're just pulling out. We've gathered some rocks over here in case we want to set a sandbag anchor. But before hauling more rocks over, we're going to try the meat anchor. So we're going to anchor off ourselves, and Jeremy's going to drop down and make sure it's worth hauling all the rocks over. All right, Jeremy's dropping down. We're flaking out the rope to him. We've got our meat anchor established right here. I don't know if that came across on camera, but a lot of material is falling down.
Whatever this is sounds quite large.
I really hope the camera's picking that up. There is a ton of material coming down. What do you say?
It goes vertical.
Hey, Boxy,
Yeah, what's up?
you good in wedge?
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm gonna wake you up a little bit. I'm gonna go a little vertical.
Okay.
You good?
The report from Jeremy was that there was an ore chute or something like that dropping down vertically once you get past this first section. So heading down there with a considerable amount of effort. We made an anchor here out of all of that material. It was not easy hauling all these rocks over, but it's serving pretty well as an anchor so far.
You're not going in.
Yeah, it's not moving. Jeremy went down. He's dropping down there. That's where we're headed. That's the section that we dropped down to where we couldn't go any farther. So we started coming back out the big cave. We dropped down it over there. And when we were climbing out, I noticed this stuff over here. So we're investigating every possibility. Jeremy's dropping down now.
Yeah, that looks sizable down there, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So I've got track, but it might be blocked.
All right. We'll wait to hear your report. There's also something that's got some possibility around the side there. But we'll wait to hear what's down there. So the word we got is that they are both exploratory. There's a section going that way and one going that way. They were both exploratory, and one of them was backfilled. So that is a no-go down there. It's not easy doing this.
Nope. Pocket.
Just pocket.
Yep.
All right, that's reference to that section over there, so that's a no-go.
Let me know what I can do to help with the rope and
The area we just climbed out of is over there. You can sort of see the faint glow where my friends are still making their way out. The main part of the cave we dropped down is up to the right, and we've come into the other section of the cave and are getting our minds around how massive this is. There's a sloughed off flat-ish area over there. Haven't been back there yet. This doesn't drop down too far. That's just about 30 feet or so. So look at some of the rock back here. Where I hiked in, there was a big void on my right, which is down there. Haven't been down there yet, but it drops away. And then runs all up through here. This is just gigantic. That's looking straight overhead. I will clamber up there somewhere and get you a better view of this. All right, that's where my friends just came up. That's the section I was talking about where we climbed up. I was down there before and scrambled up the rocks here. That is still dropping down there. Haven't seen the bottom yet. Runs all through and around. My friend's down there for some scale. So I'm glad he's there. There's something running up right there, but I can't tell what yet. But yeah, it really helps having been down there for scale. There's another depression right there. And again, that flat section slabbed off the side right there. So I'll make my way down to where he is. I was standing up there before and I've come down to where my friend was, and this is really interesting. The first weird thing is that there's this trail that runs through the rock right here, and it looks like that trail extends around, sort of wraps its way through here. See the trail I'm talking about? It's pretty clearly defined. And then we come over here, and it looks like they may have had a ladder or platform or something running up to that section there. But that's not the coolest thing that I wanted you guys to see. The coolest thing, well, there's several cool things down here. So the trail's coming through here. Another one of my friends right there. So we've got these cooking implements over here, presumably for cooking. And then behind me here is this newspaper, and look at the date on the newspaper. March 19th, 1893.
Actually found a date?
March 19th, 1893, man.
Oh, dude,
Is that crazy or what? And then you can see some of the advertisements right there. Just pause the video if you want to read them. Looks like a bunch of rooms for rent here. And then that's not it. But wait, there's more. Over here, we have the remains of what looks like a candle. See that? See the wick right there? And then over here, right there, those are candle stubs with a wick right there. So, good place to take a break here. We've got this level area. Pretty amazing. So I'm looking more at that 1893 newspaper, at one of the advertisements for OFC whiskey. Up there it says liquid velvet. We're checking out some of the other scraps of newspaper. It actually looks like that newspaper may have been burned, but fortunately some of this other has survived. What do you have there in front of you?
This is an ad for something in children's jackets and reefers. There's a bit of
Reefers
text.
for children?
Jackets of good cheviot with full shawl collar fronts and ornaments. Something for worth $7.98 or $7.95 at $3.95. Sizes 12, 14, 16, and 18. Mrs. Reefers of cheviot or beaver, light or dark,
Wow.
mixtures and plain colors, usually sold at $9 and $10. Special at $4.95 and $5.95. Children's Gretchens with deep mill carry capes in plain colors, stripes, or plaids. Positively worth double. Yeah, that's about it.
I don't have a lot of clothing made out of beaver, do you guys? Okay, I'm still geeking out on this newspaper and uncovered a little corner of it, and it's the San Francisco Chronicle. And there's a whole section of real estate advertising right here. If you want to read it, pause the video, but they're selling large tracts of land, and they're talking about the agricultural potential of it. And there's a lot of it, so I'm not going to read it all, but it's pretty cool to see that. It's still in this newspaper, and I forgot to mention that there's another candle over here. You can see this one more clearly. Definitely candles. And Jeremy scouted out down that possible drop right there. It's a plugged ore chute, and it was too tight of a squeeze to get through. I mean, it was all blocked up with big slabs, so it's not like I could just push some dirt out of the way. So we're gonna head a little bit up and try dropping down some of the other options. All right, we were just looking down there, and here's a good pan of this cave. There's Jeremy down there. See how small he is. Our other friend is over there. Here's looking up. There's our other friend over there. That's the section we came in through that I wasn't able to light up as well as this big boy light is doing. But you see how small those guys are. Gives you an idea of the scale of this cave. We came up out of the cave, which was back in that section. You guys have seen this before. That was a dead end. We originally came in from back that way, and then you'll probably remember this section here, which we kind of scouted out last time, but we were running out of time, so didn't finish it out. We've taken another look at it, and seems much more promising this time. So you can see the rope right there. We're going to drop all the way down and see what we can do with it. So we've twisted our way down and have dropped through that hole there and have come to a new drift level. This was definitely a success. The drift level runs off to the left there. That stuff we slid down has filled in everything back here. So there's absolutely no way we can get through any of this way. But like I said, that drift level is running off behind us. Got some bottles down here. Looks like the miners left. It was just up there. That's the rope we dropped down on. There is a backfilled drift right here. And this is GOB 641. And then we've got this drift running this way. We've got something running down here. with an old I slipped with an old cable attached to it. I wouldn't trust that cable at all. I don't know what's down there. Maybe that survey crew from the 1930s went down there. Hard to say. Looks like there's definitely more down there though. You can see how that's rusted in place. That's really, really old. And then the drift keeps going this way. Interesting that the rail has been pulled up. Got a slick sheet here for him to slide the ore cars around on. Got backfill drift right here. That's the end right there. Looks like another candle or nah, that's probably dynamite actually. But there were some candle stubs back where we dropped down. There's drift going that way and more stuff going that way. There's a lot down here. We're gonna stick with the right hand rule so we don't get lost, which would definitely be possible in this mine. There's a big hole right here. It drops way down there. And more stuff across the way. Old shovel here. Some strap rail. A little stope cleared out right there. Old box.
You want to give me a flavor and hold it for me?
That section they were checking out just dead ends right. Well, it doesn't dead end, but it's full material right there. So, see the remains of a wooden ladder down here on the ground, and there's an old pick head here, which is kind of cool. Probably at least 100 years old, if not more. So we'll head back and carry down the next drift that was on the right. We just looked down there. At first I thought that those were more modern, but they're not. Those are painted on with a paintbrush. So I'm assuming those date to the 1930s, like everything else here. Well, not the mine is much older than that, but I'm saying like dates to the last people that were in here, I should say. Yeah, this was even harder to get to than their stuff we've done, so I'm really confident that no one's been in here. Just keeps going. There's absolutely no sign that anyone's been in here since the 1930s. We just came from that direction, and my speculation about the survey crew from the 30s is accurate, because not just because of that, but we've got their writing down here. That obviously ties into some of the upper workings we passed through. Don't forget, we're intersecting multiple mines, so you know, sometimes we're on the 200 of one mine and then we'll be on the 900 or whatever of another one. So don't get too caught up in those numbers, because we're passing through a lot of different mines. That says out, so we've got something running off this way, but the out is indicated over here. Jeremy has already gone ahead and is checking that out. Another clue that we know the crew from the 1930s was here is because we see their NG marks, which we think is no good. It's just backfilled right there, and it's full of a bunch of rotten wood. Pretty big timbers down here.
Yeah, modern.
Oh, more modern rail, yeah.
Yeah, this just goes back 20 feet bases.
Okay, you said that. If you didn't hear that, this goes back 20 feet in faces. Is this plugged?
Completely. Check it out though. It's weird color.
Totally different color rock.
Yeah.
Huh. So this must have caved after the 1930s because the 30s crew put out right here. This looks like it was part of a shaft.
Yeah. No, this could have been reclamation.
Yeah, it could have been. Who knows?
Look, just over here to your right on that face.
Oh yeah, I just saw that faint right in there, and then this says 300 DSM DV. Those are initials that we've seen elsewhere, so I really think this is that crew from the 30s that was surveying this. But I think this was a shaft. If you look at the size of that post right there, well, you don't have anything to compare it to, but it's huge. That's probably at least a 12 by 12. But the way this looks, having the completely different rock, I think this was a shaft that was either caved or filled in intentionally. Interesting. So yeah, we're definitely not getting out that way. Oh yeah, remember, so you saw the numbers that were saying 200, 100, things like that? This is this where we're on right now is a 600 of another mine. So it's a real labyrinth down here. I think that's a compressed air line right here. And then the rail right there, I could easily date to the 30s or so. Maybe that could be earlier. I'm just basing that off of things I've observed in other mines. So let's go check out that drift that was on our right on the way in is on the left now. The one right here I'm talking about.
Check out the nails.
Yeah, I kind of... Yeah, those are a little bit more modern, 1930s. We were just looking down there. Jeremy and I are going to start heading down this drift. Right off the bat, he found something kind of unique. It looks like something he'd opened a sardine can with, but it's too big for that, and too thick, so I don't know. It's not the right shape for a candle holder, so who knows, man? Who knows? But looking ahead, let's go find out what's ahead. And we still have rope left, so I'm not gonna get stopped again by needing rope, at least for yet.
Looks like we got airflow this way.
Yeah, I feel that too. Just tossing straps in there. It's been a long day, you guys. I haven't shown all the work getting down here on the camera sets, but we're getting close to 12 hours already. So, we've got something going back that way. That's a possibility to check out.
That's too bad.
Oh man, you saw the top and got excited, huh?
Uh-huh. I'd have been a big bottle.
There's a bucket there with nothing else.
Kinda.
Drift keeps going that way. It looks pretty featureless, so I'll turn the camera off until we get to some highlight. Well, we got rail all of a sudden?
Modern rail.
Wow.
Not modern, but
Yeah, we know what you're laying. Not 1800 strap rail, yeah.
right.
Huh. All right. I lied, I said I was going to turn the camera off, but I'm keep it on until we figure this out. Another junction.
No good. No good, but
Got the NG on both sides.
we'll go.
We should at least check. That one looks like it goes back away. That way.
This one's been backfilled.
And that one has been back. Oh, wow. I think that's the end back there, but.
Let's see. Mine might go further.
And then we've got this shooting head coil. I see something on the ground up there. Maybe some ground
Yeah,
fall or
check it out.
backfill. Is that the end?
Maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Look at it. Oh. Yep.
Okay. Well, let's go straight first and knock that out because there's something up there I'm curious about. Sound good?
Hold on. I could, oh, no, it's just.
Yeah, it goes back away. That one too. We do need to look down there. And we will, but
Meet up with everybody here?
yeah. I'm just gonna see what's down here real quickly because it looks like it might be caved. No, never mind. There's some ground fall, but it keeps going. This is what I was seeing from a distance. We do have our rail back. They left it because it was a curve, and the miners are taking rail out to use elsewhere. They can take the straight rail because they can work with it bent how they want, but it's already bent. It's a lot more difficult to work with. Got something running off that way. We've got, of course, that keeps going. In the middle of a vein structure right here. I can't tell if this is quartz or calcite yet. It looks like quartz actually, especially with those sulfides in it. And so I was starting to check out this vein here when the ground underneath me gave away, and I went down there. I was covered with dirt when I first got here, so I didn't recognize that that was looking like that. So I took a little tumble down there.
I did not take
As I was starting to say, got
Yeah.
vein action
saw
right
it.
there. We're gonna head down there. And like I said, we also have here to check out. While I was getting out of here, Jeremy went down that drift on the right that passed on the way in, and it dead ended. So we didn't miss anything, but we gotta see what's up ahead. All right, we're headed straight. See what's down here. You can see all this material slabbing off the vein here, which that happens pretty often. Usually the vein material is pretty bad ground, and that's exactly the case here with these big slabs breaking off.
Yeah.
And then look back, see how everything's all fractured and breaking off. Let's see what's ahead. The map says that this goes to a cave, if we're reading it correctly. It doesn't go anywhere. This looks long and featureless for a while, so I'll turn the camera off and pick up at the next highlight. No, I think I lied again. Let's see what he was standing in before we turn the camera off. Okay. Looks like that's probably good I left the camera on.
We're at the main junction.
This is definitely the main junction. Wow. Wow. There's a lot going on here.
Yeah.
This is that cave. And the great news is that the bottom of it is not full of rubble like we've been seeing. I'm not going to stand on that given the experience I just had.
Over here too.
There's so much going on. There's stuff dropping down there. There's a drift, two drifts running over here. There's one there and one there. I can't tell how accessible they are yet. There's more stuff over here. I think that is false floor. Don't walk on that, man. That really I think is false floor. Yeah, there's that's no good. That is no good. So we have to be very mindful of that. There's looks like it says 625.
626.
626 over there.
Look up. Oh, yeah.
And then looking up, oh wow. Looking up, that runs quite a way. And
I see a carbide up there too.
do you? I see a pipe or a rail or something up there. Right there.
Damn, it keeps going.
Yeah, it goes a long way. And I don't know what's on the other side of this stuff here. Is that accessible or is that blocked off?
Going down?
Where that drift goes over there?
I haven't checked yet.
Okay. He has a lot to take in right now. So here's a better view of this cave or stope or cave stope combo with a proper light. You can see it extends quite a way. And up there as well, as I was starting to show you before. And again, you can see a pipe or a rail or something up there, but impossible to know what. And I don't know if it's possible. Is it possible to climb up that right there?
Maybe.
Might be worth looking into. And then, you said back where this track went, it was no good?
Go to it. There's some bullshit back there.
Okay. So we'll pick up over there. So I was just over there. You can see I followed the tracks
You gotta do
over.
the group picture here.
And
I'm gonna,
this one, as suspected, just stops right there. So it looks like they were dumping material down from up there to the track going off to the side. This one wraps around through here. It's somewhat difficult going. Pretty big pipe right there. This is the back side. It looks like that material is sloughed off. Doesn't look like it was, what am I trying to say? Doesn't look like humans put that there. Looks like that fell there. There is, like I said, a rail going. Oh wow, there's more here. More stuff run up that way. Stopes or cave. And it's all fissured out right there. And fractured. Huh. Big timbers back here. Wow. There is some bullshit back here. That's funny. Huh. So that drops down into nothing. Well, maybe it did at one time, but it's plugged. This runs up into more stope or cave. And that appears to be it. Doesn't hurt any drifts or anything going off of that. So, huh. Pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. I'm curious what else is in or on this level based on what we've seen so far. 623. I don't know. Back in the cave, there's that rail junction there, and there was that stuff over here. I theorized that the miners were dropping stuff down
The last couple are pretty small.
for an ore car that would have been on the rails here. However, I failed to notice what was here. You can see there's a large, what appears to be a large ore pass dropping down here. I don't feel any airflow, is the only thing.
Yeah.
But that's pretty large. Gives you an idea of how far this dropped down the floor of this, which is obviously filled in. Probably ran down quite a way. On the side of the cave or stope, wherever this is, was this old syrup container. Looks like some Sunbeam syrup. Hull something, I can't make out the manufacturer.
It's that Holler, whatever, the same as the bottle.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Small world, huh? We're headed out of this big chamber, and I looked down and happened to notice more of the eggshells here and over here. And Jeremy raised a really interesting point, which was, I just assume these are hard boiled, but when I peel a boiled egg, it's in tiny little fragments, whereas these are really intact. So, are they sucking them down raw or what? mean, yeah, you get lucky, you can get a good chunk, but these guys have been remarkably consistent in how intact the eggshells are. So either they're really good at peeling boiled eggs, or they're sucking down raw eggs. We just came from checking out that big chamber back there. This is where I had my little adventure there. See that material just fell in there. We've got this one to check out now. We have not been down here yet.
Raw eggs.
Yeah, those are raw eggs, aren't they? They were just cracking off the top and sucking them out, looks like. That's crazy.
They're raw.
Well, I mean, I don't know 100%, but I mean, take a look at them. It looks like they're just cracking the top and sucking them out.
It's
There's a sardine. Oh, I got some sardine tins. Those are actually in pretty good shape, relatively speaking. Huh. Obviously, a popular lunch spot.
junction
That looks more like quartz than calcite,
that way.
but I could be mistaken. Still near that vein complex, so.
Do now is
Yeah, let's see that iron on it too. I think that's quartz. All right. Wow. That must have been done with a candle. That's really cool. Got some graffiti here. There's a bunch of initials, it looks like. Looks like December 30, 3098, it looks like. I don't know what that's a reference to. This is hard to read. This is an awkward angle. Huh. And things keep stretching ahead this way. I see some big boards up there. Looks like ore pass or something running down there. Okay, I thought those boards looked bigger from far away, but it's several boards stacked together. Obviously a dynamite box. I see the danger, but that's it. Little backfilled drift right there. You can see the floor is caving in here. There's a lot of backfilled ground in here, which is pretty sketchy because it starts eroding out underneath. It's the first lagging I've seen in a long time. There's a stope or cave running up there. That timber sport's not doing much. Got some boards there. Hopefully we're not walking on a false floor. Kind of messy ground up there. You can see the lagging's blowing out right there. And these slabs are breaking off. This is where that lagging's blowing out. And you said it goes back to a raise back there? Oh yeah, you can see it right there. Pretty messy ground back here, huh?
Yeah.
Alright, well,
Right.
I think we should head back and check out where that rusty cable is wrapped around the rail, dropping down. So, head back and pick up there. Alright, we are back at this piece of rail right here with the cable running down. It looks pretty feasible from here, so we'll drop it and see how it looks. We're getting rigged up to drop down this passage here. Not going to use the rusty cable. We're going to use our own materials. While we're waiting though, we noticed that over here it says anti-union chamber, dropping down where we're going to go, the skull and crossbones. So Interesting historical mark right there.
It's getting burned out, man.
I'm sure there's a good story there. So
What?
we'll go see how the anti-union chamber looks. That's Jeremy coming up there, and we all thought this one was really promising, but it ended up being a bust.
Here's the best part of
Oh,
it.
that's part of it. Found the bottle. That's
Almost
cool. So you said the anti-union chamber is just that? Just a chamber?
This chamber.
And there's an ore chute down there that was plugged?
I mean, it wasn't an ore chute. It was just a winds, little small winds went down.
And it was plugged?
I dropped into it. It was just plugged with rocks. I've got video of it all for you.
Alright. Well, we were all talking about it. We thought this was as close to a sure thing as we've done today. Because you've got, the cable right there. You've got the graffiti saying this is going down to the 400, all kinds of stuff. So. Alrighty. Thanks for bringing up the bottle to show us.
Show you guys some cool stuff.
Yeah.